All right, so after the Helsinki horror show, President Trump should have reversed course. But he sees that as weakness. So instead, he's doubling down and inviting Putin back to his house, literally bringing him to Washington, D.C. this fall. This is like a bad movie. When he told his family his new boyfriend was the town creep who broke into their house, he responded to their outrage by inviting Vlad home for the holidays. That's what's going on. This is the Sarah Sanders tweet. Take a look at it. The discussions are already underway. The director of national intelligence hadn't even been told about this. This is the "mom, he already bought his ticket" part of this melodrama movie. So what are they going to do when they're here? That's the plot. And Trump says, well, he's changed. Putin wants to help on terrorism. He wants to help secure Israel, end nuclear proliferation, stop cyber attacks, Middle East peace, North Korea, and even something about Ukraine. It's all in the tweets, but vague. But there's also conflict here, right? Because there's nothing that's going to be on the table that Russia doesn't like about its malevolence around the world. Stopping cyber attacks? You're going to be partners with the person who victimized you. No Ukraine? No mass murder in Ukraine with MH17? I will never forget how I saw Russian separatists treat the dead there. Nothing about Syrian violence against innocents? How about what Trump is ignoring this week? That's going to be the subplot in this movie, that Trump is blind to the signs. Just this week, accused Russian spy, working the NRA, different righty groups allegedly trying to get close to Trump by exchanging sex for access. And today, British authorities identified the suspects in the UK poisoning case, and guess what they saw via surveillance footage? They say the two suspects left the UK for Russia after the poisoning. Coincidence? Maybe to Trump. Not the time to invite Putin into our house. And there's just one chance that can make this all okay. The climax, as Trump sees it, is that everything that he's doing, all the kid gloves, the mollycoddling, and everything else, is to work with Putin to save the world from nuclear proliferation. Now, if that's the trade-off for all of this curious weakness and submissiveness to an autocrat, that might be okay. But there are two pieces of video that make a mushroom cloud of that mission at this point. The first was when Putin sent missiles to Florida. You remember that? In the Chris Wallace interview, he says, well, it doesn't say Florida on it. We don't know. It's a landmass, looks just like Florida. He was punking Trump, and it worked. Trump said nothing about it. And then, just this week, they want to talk about strategic limitation of arms? Well, then why did they do this? Why did they show some of their munitions that should be stopped under those kinds of talks? So, the only way that this is okay is if Trump makes it an open house. There have to be tons of voices in the room. Sounds reasonable, but here's the problem. To Trump, it's going to sound weak again. He wants to be the big man in the room, the same way he felt in Helsinki. So there you have it. The plot, the conflict, the subplot, the climax, the anticlimax. The only question is, how does it end? We will see. We do know this. Putin is still up to no good, and now it looks like he's coming to your home for the holidays.